Very warm welcome to you, Mr. Yusufi and Ms. Gilani on our show. So it's a pleasure to have you back here.
Thank you.
And as we are seeing, the oil markets continue to be very complex and very surprising, and that surprise cuts both ways, up and down. So we are living in very interesting times, and to make sense of it, we would like to seek your insights as to how the markets are behaving and how it's likely to be responding in the coming weeks. So our first question would be, in the light of the continued China lockdown and the strengthening of the US dollar index, where do you see the prices moving in the coming week?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Pranav. See, the world right now is struggling with a tough situation. On one hand, the Russia-Ukraine war, and the other hand, the fear of the recession after the inflation. And now the new outbreak of corona in the world. Based on the latest report from WHO, more than 550 million people were affected by COVID during the last week. This is the statistics that the WHO also published that we will share with the also the listeners of the program. This outbreak in China caused a negative market by today. Today, when the market started, the steel bar index was -5%, Dalian iron ore index was -3%, Shanghai stock index was -1.5 index, 1.5%. These conditions will not have any positive effect on the market. For sure, an expand of the worries too. The whole world has previously tackled COVID situation and its relevant issue, but now the coincidence of the new wave of the COVID with the war and also the recession situation may create a more difficult condition for the market. Also, you correctly mentioned on your Friday show that the market has a really sensitive to the crude price, and also the price is not linear, and lots of effect was lots of things affect on the crude price. So market is totally under the pressure by coming the new wave of the corona that right now we see in the world.
And do you see that in the coming week, the prices are likely to correct more or stay in the narrow range currently?
We see that the Singapore right now do not correct the price, but we see a correction, a small correction on Bahrain, and also 6% correction on the Bitcoin, I mean, in Iran. On the crude, the play is somehow different. All the players are watching the market that if the USA increase the interest again or not. We see also the decreased wave on the cryptocurrencies that happen when the market getting news from the Federal Bank Reserve that maybe interest increasing. We saw a fear more than 8% decrease on the crude, and also a fear in the cryptocurrency that all of these fears, when the Federal decide to increase the the interest, this means that there is a recession coming. So all the market are going to stop. This week we are waiting to see what the Federal Reserve make a decision, and also what will be happening in the market.
That's a very interesting observation you made about the cryptocurrency also playing a role in the overall scheme of things here. That's very, very interesting. We come to our next question is, in light of the decline in the US gasoline prices and the furnace oil prices as well, so where do you see it impacting the shipping cost, if at all, in the near term? And could we stretch that argument to say that it might bring down the price also, shipping cost related prices onto the products?
Yes, presently we don't see any positive sign that support the current rates of the market. I had mentioned before that factors like global inflation and the fear of recession, outbreak of new wave of COVID, increase of interest rate in the USA, monsoon season in countries like India, significant fall of export rate. In addition to the war and Russia's attempt to get more market, to achieve more markets, they have all applied pressures on the economy. Also, on my Friday report, I said that the economy in the world is facing two solutions, two way only. One of them is hyperinflation, and the other is a recession. And it seems that the countries are choosing the recession as the only available solution. This recession is affecting the global trade, and as a result, the trade is somehow decreasing. So the fall of gasoline prices also will force the shipping line to decrease their transportation costs to load more cargoes and more boxes on their vessels. And it can be said that maybe the whole chain of import, export, production, and transportation are being affected by this recession, and they are all under the pressure that should be moderated.
Thank you. And it's very interesting observation that recession fears or the hyperinflation fears overweigh the recession. So currently we are more likely to be seeing the recession, and where the Fed also is likely to maintain a very tight monetary policy with another hike. So we'll all need to wait and watch and see how the markets react.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for sharing your valuable insight, and it's been a pleasure.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Have a good
Thank you, Joe.